All right, let's stay there. Cool. Let's do a quick Baywatch. Yeah, because it's in slow-mo, so we should go kinda, yeah, go regular, go a little slow, but not, yeah. Okay. So, ready?
I'm here with Travis, and yesterday we had a little incident. We were both out surfing right Venice breakwater right behind us, and there was an active drowning, and I'm gonna let Travis tell the story.
Yep, so welcome back, guys. We're just a little collab. This is Hero's Journey, Taylor's Tale, just meshing into one. So, hey guys, right here in Venice Beach is where the action went down. So, it was just a normal day. It was a Sunday, if you can believe that, a Sunday, just Sunday afternoon, very nice out. So the waves are a little big. All right, so to set the scene, the waves are kind of big, but
For
didn't
like the
look...
past 4 days, it's been like a big south swell, and yeah, it was still big yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, like, so there's been a lot of swell in the water, so it was like the ending of the swell. And so there was beginners out, etc., but it was still a little rough, but it didn't seem that crazy. All right, so the afternoon moves on and the tide starts going out a little bit. The tide starts going out, and because the tide's going out, it's kind of like creating more of a rip tide, bringing you out to sea. And right here at the jetty, we're at the Venice Beach jetty, or the Venice Beach, the breakwater, which is basically a jetty groin type deal. And like right by the groin, sometimes some like rip tides, and it just gets kind of funky right by the groin. Usually by jetties and groins that happen. So I'm paddling back out after a wave, and I look back and I see someone kind of like having a little bit of trouble, but they're still okay. And I look and I'm like, Art, are you okay? Are you okay? And then he doesn't really answer me, and I'm like, hey man, are you okay? And he gives me the thumbs up, like, all right, I'm okay. So I'm like, all right, he's okay. So I keep paddling out. And this is just to paint the picture, this is kind of a bigger guy, like a heavier set guy on this a big foam board. So he's kind of obviously a beginner. So all right, he's okay. I keep paddling out. I'm kind of keeping my eye on him because he seems a little like he needs some help, but he didn't want to admit he needed help. I don't know. So I just kept paddling out, but I didn't think it was that dangerous. Look back again, and then all of a sudden, I see him start to like really flounder, and then I see his head go under, and he yells, "Help!" and literally starts drowning. He literally is going under the water and is drowning in real time, right in front of me, 10 feet behind me. So I immediately, and
hold on, before you go further. So let me just say, I had just finished like my best wave of the day, so I was like all the way in at the shore here, and I'm looking and I'm seeing this going on, and Travis is pretty close to the guy. I've got to like get there, but also there's a lifeguard station right there, and there was a lifeguard on a jet ski right over there, and none of them were responding. And I'm seeing Travis, you know, going up to this guy, and like Travis said, he's like a big guy, and all of a sudden Travis heard help. I just heard a big scream, like, ah! like a crazy.
Yeah, like it sounded like a 50-year-old woman screaming, kind of. It was like a shriek of terror.
It was scary. It was like scary, and yeah. I was like, I didn't know if it was a shark. I didn't know if he stepped on a stingray, but like I was really impressed with Travis with no hesitation. I mean, you like as soon as he screamed, just whipped the board around and came right towards him. And I was like, at that point, I was like, oh damn, I got to respond too. Like I was like. My initial reaction was probably to like wait for the lifeguards, but I saw you going out, and I was like, all right, I gotta help them both. I gotta help Travis, I gotta help this guy. So anyway, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's funny because Will's done lifeguarding. I was a beach lifeguard. That was my first real job, was beach lifeguarding in Virginia Beach. So I initially like went back to my 16, 17-year-old self lifeguard mode. And right when the person's already drowning, it's already like too late. Like really, lifeguarding is preventative. You get the person before they happen. So I knew right away, like, all right, this is make or break. Like if I don't get there now, this person could literally drown right at our main surf break, right in the shore, like not even that far away, 30 feet from the shore.
Yeah, and I'll interrupt you one more time because like a year ago, there was a like big wrestler dude who drowned out here.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, damn, you're right, wow.
Like that, it was the same
Holy
situation,
crap.
like a big swell and like big tough dude and drowning. So this was like as serious as it gets, really.
I completely forgot about that. That was probably very similar. They were probably when you're that big, it's just like a lot harder to stay afloat, and especially if you're not a strong swimmer. I mean, so anyway, so I turn around, I see him literally head going underwater and like literally actively drowning, and I've never seen anything really like that in real person. It was pretty intense. So I'm immediately paddling towards him, and every time I kind of see his head go up, I'm yelling, "Get on the board, get on the board," because the thing about surfing, you have a big floaty next to you, but when you're in panic mode and he didn't get a lesson, obviously, I tell everyone you have a big floaty connected to you on a leash. If you're in trouble, grab the board like it's a lifeguard buoy, and hold on to that thing. That will save you. And he wasn't even reaching for it. I could tell he was just in panic mode, wasn't reaching for the board. And he had a leash on and the board was right there. And I'm paddling, I'm screaming, "Dude, grab your board, grab your board, grab your board." And I think, I don't know if he registered or not because when I finally got to him, he still wasn't on his board, but he was kind of hearing me. So I paddle and he goes under again, and then right when he comes up, I get to him and I like bring his board, and then I'm like, "All right, get on the board." And he grabs on the board, and you could tell he was just so out of breath and was just like, but we were still like in a rough situation, and we weren't free yet. Because, he could fall off the board again, and it is dangerous. You could easily get drifted out, sucked down.
Well, and you said he was like too far forward on the board at first.
Oh yeah,
right?
and when I saw him initially, he was too far forward on the board. And I was gonna even say something, but he kind of fell off, and I was like, "Are you all right?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I get him, he gets on the board, I'm like, "All right, back up," because I remembered he was too far forward. So I get him positioned right on the board. He's just like huffing and puffing, just like light flashing before his eyes. I turn him around, he's a big guy, so I'm like, my board's gone. I have a leash on, but my board's gone. I'm just like, what's it called when you're kicking? Treading water. I'm just treading, it's deep, you can't touch. He was probably a little taller, you couldn't touch him. Treading water, getting him on. I turn him around, have him straight, and I'm like, "All right, just start paddling." And I start pushing him from the back of the board towards the inside. But I notice he's like kind of just, like it's pretty sketch, and I do not want him to fall off this board. If he falls off this board, it could be done. It could be done. He could be done for. So I'm just like, I'm calmly pushing him in, kicking. I'm not really going anywhere though. I'm like kicking as hard as I can. I'm running out of breath now, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm trying to push him. We're just kind of stuck in this riptide. He's barely hanging on to this thing. And then miraculously, we're moving inch by inch, and then I see Will on the inside, and we kind of make eyes, and he can tell that, oh, I need help. This guy needs help.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I was like, I was committed to getting to the rescue, and I saw Travis was trying to get in. It was a really strong rip, and so I paddled up. I was like, all right, Travis has the rear. I'm gonna pull up to the front and just tell this guy to grab my ankle, and that's what I did. I got to him. I made sure he's okay. Travis is, with him. I said, just grab my ankle, and so he grabs it, and I start paddling back, and Travis is pushing, and somehow we managed to get through that rip and just back in, and it was kind of funny because
well, here they're a little late. The lifeguards are a day late. They're a day late to the rescue, so you're a little late, boys.
Yeah, sorry guys. We already took care of it.
Yeah.
Funny because we get far in enough where I'm like, hey man, I think you can stand up now. Like you should be good. And he gets off the board and he stands and he's fine at that point. But there was no like thank you.
Yeah, there's no thank you. Like he just kind of waddled away and like deep breathing and no look back.
I mean, I'm sure he was like so panicked and just wanted to get to land that
our conclusion
was just like
his ego was probably kind of bruised. Like he was probably like almost like exactly, just like trying to get away from the ocean, like couldn't even think straight, like
just like in shock. And he was a tough guy. He was like a big tough dude. So he was probably a little like humiliated.
Had a Doberman pinscher, like a little pet Doberman pinscher on the beach. He was all like ready to like murk someone. So like, all right, this guy is like a tough guy. So it was interesting how like, probably just a lot was going through his head. Like, wow, I'm about to die in the short break.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
holy
also,
crap.
Like surprised that even like with both of us now attending to this guy, the lifeguard on the jet ski and the lifeguards right over here, nothing. Like I would have thought something from them, but really there was nothing.
Yeah, I remember pushing, looking up, and kind of not seeing much action, no one coming or whatever. And I think once we got to the shore, I saw 2 people standing over here, kind of monitoring. It went so quick, they barely knew. They might have not even known until literally it happened. And then they kind of like, some guy came on the jet ski to kind of monitor afterwards, and they might have been a little embarrassed, like, oh wow, we just kind of missed this guy getting, like we blew this kind of. Yeah. So it was interesting how, no one really came, no one cared.
Yeah,
it was like, all right, we just
high-fived and went back
we high-fived, went back and surfed. Like, all right, we just saved a life, and no one cared, no one knew. So, internet, you got to know now.
Yeah,
someone's got to know.
You guys have to know. You guys give us a like, because we
give a like.
Rescued this dude.
Yeah, we saved a life. We saved a life.
Yeah.
Which is pretty, because I've been surfing forever. I mean, Will's been surfing for a long time too, and that was probably the most serious incident I've ever had, and most, even lifeguarding. Yeah. I had a few rescues, but that was the craziest rescue I've ever had. That was the most life-threatening, the most just insane thing, where literally another 5 seconds, he might have just went back under, and he's a big guy. I probably wouldn't have been able to pull him up. So it really, just thinking back, it was pretty just spectacular, the whole situation and how it went down. And like you were saying, it was, that's what's great about lifeguarding or any kind of CPR, or just even any kind of thing like that. You just learn those basic skills, and you can kind of apply them your whole life. Because like you said, I snapped into lifeguard mode, and that was such a nice compliment. Mick Fanning Julian Wilson rushing to Mick Fanning.
It was exactly like that. It was like that video. I'm sure you've seen it. The one of where middle of a surf competition, a shark comes and bites goes for Mick Fanning, and Julian Wilson was in the heat with him, and he, his initial reaction was not run, it was go help Mick, and that's exactly what you did. And I was like really impressed, and it was awesome. And so I want everyone on YouTube to know. It was quite an experience. When we went back out, just to kind of give you an idea of the conditions yesterday, I mean, it doesn't look like anything now. It's low tide right now, but it was, when we were out, it was kind of like, well, I guess it was similar tide, but I only lasted like another 10 minutes out there at most, because it was getting even too sketchy for me. The tide going out was pulling you out. It was hard to stay in position. I was just tired. I've been on the East Coast for like a year, so I'm like not in the best surfing shape. And yes, it was the craziest rescue for me too. I was a pool lifeguard, and I've rescued like little kids when they were doing like little swim lessons and stuff. But that was the craziest rescue for me, for sure.
Yeah. In any sport or even any situation, like thinking back, I can't think of another. So it's pretty crazy. Like, it's a crazy experience to have someone's life in your hands in like a very real way. And I mean, thankfully it worked out in the better way than the worst way, because at any moment, y'all, any moment could be your last breath. Any moment that can happen to you. So it's just like back to just being thankful for living, and just also being prepared to know what you're doing. I mean, obviously he was just not thinking about how dangerous surfing can be, and it is a pleasant sport. It's not as bad as skateboarding or snowboarding, or but you could still easily hurt yourself. You can easily kill yourself. So just be wary of what you're getting yourself into. And so I always say, if you're thinking about surfing, just get a surf lesson. That helps so much. They tell you the basics, tell some safety stuff.
You should give surf lessons.
Yeah. Well, I have. I'm retired. I'm retired from surf lessons. Yeah, I used to give a bunch of lessons. I'm kind of retired. I could be convinced again, but it's tough. It's tough. You get waterlogged out there, and it's same with surf photography. Like, oh, I'd rather be surfing. Same with the lessons. I'm like, oh, I'd rather be surfing. But no, they're fun though, because especially when you see their eyes light up and they learn how to stand up, and that's a really cool feeling for sure. Yeah. So maybe one day, but yeah, I'm currently semi-retired from
Travis
lessons.
has a YouTube show. It is The Hero's Journey, and yesterday he proved to me he is absolutely a hero. And I love you, man. Thank
you, brother. I love you too. Back at you, and thank you very much. It's funny. I never thought the hero's journey would actually be about being a hero. It was more so the archetype of that storyline that's so prevalent in movies and everything from BC, whatever to now. That's hero's journey from nothing to something, and you come back again. That I never thought about that actually me being a literal hero in that sense. So it's pretty cool.
Anyone who's taken Screenwriting 101 knows what the hero's journey is.
Yeah, yeah.
Travis is literally a hero, and give him props. Follow him, give him likes. You need those likes.
Need those likes, guys. Need those subs, need those likes. I need to get to enough subs to start making that YouTube money. I need that YouTube money. But yeah, so thank you, Will, for having me on your show. Thanks, guys, for stopping by to Hero's Journey. We'll do some more collabs in the future. And have a good one, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.